Hey, travelers! We got rid of the ladies and brought Troy back.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
They don't sit in my spot right. They get it all.
Are you like Sheldon from Big Bang, where you just...
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I've never seen Big Bang.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah. Yeah. they get it all out of whack, you know?
Yeah?
It takes me a while.
You got to get all situated again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like my little grooves.
I think I'm a little off on the left side.
You gotta do the George. You gotta put the napkins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should do that. We got enough, coasters here. I think I could probably level myself out.
So, Landon, I feel like we have a theme here.
Yeah, we got a theme. I got to looking again, and and I had some Imperial beer, 2 oatmeal stout Imperials.
What?
Yeah, the one has a little age on it, a little more than the other. So the one's from Alaska, and then the one's from Ord, Nebraska.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many beer shows go out of
Alaska.
their way to get beer from Nebraska for?
Yeah, right. That one's been sitting around since, that one's, I think, January.
Yeah. Just a little age on her.
Yeah, just a little bit. We usually let them age a little more. And then you brought one from Founders.
Yeah, the Underground Mountain Brown.
The Underground Mountain Brown. It doesn't rhyme. It's from Michigan. It doesn't rhyme.
No, it doesn't.
No.
I didn't realize we had
I
a rhyme.
don't think Michigan rhymes with
when
anything.
you said let's do some Imperials, I was like, I didn't realize rhyming was a stipulation.
I'm not going to lie to you. That happened on an accident.
I don't know about you sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
Landon likes to rhyme.
I do. I like music, and I like to rhyme.
Well, let's get started here.
All right.
I feel like
we can dive right in.
I feel like this is kind of our strike zone here. We do a lot of beers on this show, but I feel like when we really hit our strides on the Imperial Barrel Aged Stout episode.
There's just so many of them, I was looking back at some of the previous episodes that we've done, and we've done Imperials and barrel-aged beers before. And, I don't think we've ever redone one that, we've done before. So we're doing awfully good as far as being unique.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean... breweries keep making new ones.
They keep making them, so I guess we got to keep drinking them.
We got to keep drinking them.
Yeah,
it's a vicious cycle.
It is. It's very vicious. Some of them remake, the same one over and over again.
Yeah, but
it's a different year.
Yeah, years can be different. We can do some verticals sometime on here, but it's this Underground Mountain Brown. It has 0 age on it. This is new to the stores. Yeah. So I grabbed a 4-pack, but
it's been all the rage on the Instagrams and the Facebooks and what have you.
It's a brown ale made with Sumatra
hops?
Sumatra coffee.
Oh.
And then you might be able to pronounce the word better. If there's one thing you don't know about their shows, I know nothing about music.
It's earthy, apparently.
And Landon is great at pronouncing things.
Yes. Yeah. What word do you want me to pronounce?
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, on the front, Landon.
Imperial Brown Ale brewed with Sumatra coffee aged in bourbon barrels.
Yeah, guys. Go ahead and do one of these.
Until somebody puts a comment down below. No, Landon's an idiot.
You're all morons.
He pronounced it wrong.
Welcome to the club, I guess.
I don't care.
So no,
too old to care.
I got too much things to care about that.
I rather. Ooh, a lot of coffee.
Hello.
That's a breakfast beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, people like mimosas for breakfast. I would be like, you know what? I'll just go ahead and do one of those.
Give me some of that Sumatra coffee there.
You got that one with the beer in it.
You got the beer, coffee.
I like my coffee with beer in it, and that's what this is. Well, the thing is, that brown ale doesn't really compete as much as, let's say, a stout would.
Right.
So that coffee has just all sorts of room.
Yeah.
To just hit everything. And then you get that barrel aged right on the finish there. You get that little boozy flavor, which is almost kind of balances out the coffee. Once again, we always talk about when you're balancing a beer, once again, the normal way being hops and grain, but you don't have to do hops and grain. I'd say in this one, the balance almost comes from the coffee and the barrel aging. You get the sweetness of the bourbon balancing out that bitterness of the coffee, because the brown ale is more or less just there as a delivery device. I mean, I'm not getting much brown ale.
And it's not really, the barrel aging is not really overly done.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get just booze, and then a little bit of coffee. What you get is coffee, and then booze on the end.
But like the caramely flavors from bourbon, I would say more than the hot flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for it being a new, straight off the shelf,
Yeah, that's
and usually a lot of bourbon barrel aged beers are very hot to start off with.
No, for sure. Aging a bourbon barrel beer is good. It's a good thing to do, especially now that Founders and other breweries are switching to the 4-packs.
Yeah.
So nothing against bombers. I still like bombers, but it's nice to have a 4-pack because you can throw one in the basement,
right?
Throw 3 in the basement, drink one now. But yeah, it's a little hot,
Yeah.
So.
Well, when we move on to the next one, we can talk about Founders because Founders is they've been all the news lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with them being bought out.
Oh, did San Miguel finally buy them out fully?
I think more or less, yes.
Well, that's interesting. I always found the San Miguel purchase of Founders to be an interesting one, just because it's a huge Spanish brewery that's investing a lot of money in the United States, and that's just not a sentence you're used to hearing. But I guess the Belgians own Anheuser, and I guess the South Africans own Miller.
Right.
So.
Well, and this, and on top of it, not just on top of them selling, well, basically what is being viewed as a sellout, even though that they had owned part of Founders already. They're not making. Is it CBS or KBS anymore?
Yeah, neither of them are being made this year.
Both of them.
Yeah, that's kind of a Founders thing, though. They'll make a barrel aged beer for 3 years, take it away for 3 or 4 years. They've done that before, so
that was the point a lot of people were making too.
Yeah,
but there were a lot of unhappy.
Also, there's
people
there's still a lot of KBS out on shelves. From
I've noticed
2018. So if you're or 2019, whatever. But if you want it,
it's being aged for you right now.
Yeah,
go pick it up.
Yeah. People get so mad when people quit doing it. I'm like, how much did you buy this year? And they're like, well, I haven't bought it yet. Then I'm like, why would they make it again?
Right. Exactly.
If you like something, you got to buy it.
Exactly. Anyway, so this is from Scratchtown in Ord, Nebraska. We've had one of their beers before.
I still really enjoy their logo.
This guy is called the Lord of Ord.
And it's aged in. Is it just an Imperial oatmeal or is it aged in anything?
It says it's an Imperial, so I probably have to read the fine print to see if it's actually aged in anything.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate, coffee, and dark fruit. Yeah, they didn't say anything about
no barrel aging on there.
Bottle conditioned.
That means they put a little sugar in the bottle, so that way it carbonates.
And there you go. Now you know what bottle conditioning is.
I think it was Dogfish Head used to make the 75-minute, and they bottle condition it with maple syrup. That beer was like a perfect trap for me. Every time I walked in a place I saw it, I'm like, well, I mean,
I'm gonna have to have that.
I'll just keep taking those, please. They came in bombers I was at a bar and they came in bombers, and I think we drank like 3 of them in one night.
Oh wow!
But like you maple age it just.
You're from Wisconsin, and you gotta have maple.
You can put maple on anything, and I'd be like, I'm fat.
It's pretty true.
I'm like, I'm pretty fat. I'll eat that.
Well, I was gonna say, when I have breakfast, you know how I'm fat. You order one of those fry up things, that's got the hash browns and all the stuff in it. You put ketchup on it, and then you go, well, there's syrup on the table.
Be ashamed not to use it.
Usually, before I put the syrup on, I go, do you know how I know I'm fat? We
were chugging syrup in our lunchroom after weightlifting in the mornings when I was a kid before Super Troopers made it cool.
Oh, that was gonna be my next question.
We were Super Troopers on that one.
I'll be darned.
I mean, the movie might have been out. We hadn't seen it at that point. No one had. Mondovi.
Yeah.
We just got VCRs like 6 years ago. So.
Right. Mondovi, man. When are they going to get a brewery? Never?
I don't know if they can make enough Busch Light to. Unless they open like a Busch Light outpost there. I don't think any beer's going to be made in Mondovi.
That's a bummer. Anyway, this is it's a rather good beer.
That's not overly.
It's very oatmeal-y.
Not much on the nose.
If I was going to have an oatmeal stout, I would want it to taste a lot like at least I would think it's going to taste a lot like oatmeal.
Yeah.
If I had never had an oatmeal stout before.
I would say that this beer is a great example of like almost textbook perfect oatmeal imperial stout. You get the alcohol, you got the tons of oats, heavy mouthfeel.
Yeah.
But oats don't necessarily contribute a ton of flavor. It's more of almost like a texture thing.
Right.
So it's not overly powerful on the flavor side of things. You just get some alcohol notes, you get a little chocolate, but especially coming off the Sumatra there, like that one was like a bam.
Right.
This one's like,
and maybe they'll barrel age this one later. You never know.
Barrel aging this one would probably barrel age quite nicely.
A beautiful beer, I think.
I feel like they have a great base here. They could do a lot with this beer,
and
like the way it is now is also good. I don't want to.
And for being in Little Ord, Nebraska.
Scratch Brewing.
Scratch Town.
Scratch
Yeah.
Town.
It's got a mosquito on the logo.
Their logo is a mosquito.
Yeah. If you ever make it to Ord, Nebraska,
See, tell them we sent you.
tell them we sent you. You probably get confused looks, but that's all right.
Like the Taproom Traveler sent us and be like,
Oh,
that's
well,
cool.
that's nice. I think that's what happens when a lot of people. Oh, yeah, the Taproom Travelers. Oh, yeah. Anyway,
Let's try this guy now.
this last one, Juneau, Alaska. Of course, Alaskan Brewing. And this is one of their pilot series. I've had this for almost 2 years now, I think.
Yeah, 9% Imperial Oatmeal Stout.
Yep.
Yeah, let's give this guy a whirl.
So little Juneau, Alaska has more than one brewery. They have actually 2 breweries, and Juneau's not very big. So they have this place, which I've been to Juneau, and I did not make it to Alaskan. But I did make it to the other place, and the name is escaping me now. Anyway, it's a neat little town, and you can't get there by a road. So
isn't Juneau?
it is the capital.
Yeah,
of
but
Alaska.
so correct. Juneau is non-accessible by road.
Correct. Yep.
How is that a capital?
Only
Who makes their capital unaccessible?
apparently everybody in Alaska flies.
Does everyone
That's
just
like a thing.
That's it. Know who needs hover cars? Alaska.
Alaska. Yeah.
They should be on the cutting edge. Of
Are there roads in Juneau? Absolutely.
They have
Is there-
snowmobiles.
Yeah, they have snowmobiles too.
Yeah.
Is there a point where the road ends? There is.
Very abruptly, I'm sure.
And they just went, you know what? I'm going to let that end there.
Yeah.
It's fine.
What a weird capital. Anyways.
Beautiful little town.
Not much on the nose again. You know, I never really thought about this, but oatmeal's really smells like nothing.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're right.
It smells like an Imperial nothing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And it's the same as the other
You
one.
get a little smell of the alcohol because
Yeah,
it's because
just a
it's
little.
yeah. But otherwise,
Wow.
I'm trying to decide if I'm getting some of the founders on there or if that's the beer.
Yeah, hold on.
Science. That's what happens when we got limited glassware.
We don't. It's more or less we just don't want to do more dishes.
Well, it's that too. We're guys. What can we say?
Yeah, because I was having that same coffee thought. I don't know if my coffee was bleeding through in this glass.
I don't get the booziness anymore because I'm pretty sure there was still booze in that little glass. But this one's definitely sweeter.
Yeah, definitely sweeter. The mouthfeel is more sweet as opposed to heavy. The scratch
Right.
was
A real heavy,
brick.
almost like you're eating oatmeal.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
You know,
kind of
like a molassesy oatmeal.
Once again, though, not a ton of flavor. You know, it's crazy to think you're looking at this 9% dark, motor oil black beer, and for as little like I've had
Not a lot.
You've had on this SRM scale, this is a 40. You probably had beers that are like 10 that are twice as flavorful as this guy is.
Yeah. Yeah, Alex.
So I got a question for you
Yeah.
guys. So this is kind of old news, but speaking of the bottle conditioning earlier, it made me think of it. Lakefront had the junk from the My Turn series come out, and they recalled it because of risk of bottles exploding. Would that be from bottle conditioning or something else?
That can be over. I mean, yeah, usually that means your yeast is still carbonating and converting sugars. That happens every once in a while. I can name 4 or 5 other breweries I've had to be like, oopsie poopsie. I actually had a can explode in my car once because, and beer went everywhere, but not on me.
Oh,
Just-
yeah.
yeah.
And that one, the junk issue is if you didn't refrigerate it right away.
Mm.
So therefore, the warmer, room temperature, that yeast is still active.
There was a
You can
Wisconsin.
kill it by putting it in the fridge.
There was a Wisconsin brewery that made a saison that had very active yeast in it still, and I remember there was can't let it sit out where it's warm because it'll explode. It's like, why aren't we selling this?
What?
This is frightening.
We need to refrigerate all of this right now. But yeah, that's one of those things that I guess a lot of people never think about. And I'm not one of those people that is going to leave my beer out of the fridge anyway, unless I'm aging it.
Yeah.
So, these bottles at one time were all sitting out, but I knew they weren't going to explode.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's very, very rare. That's a whoopsie pups. I mean, it is a manufacturing product. So.
Well, that junk one was a sour, wasn't it? A sour of some kind, I think.
Alex,
I'm pretty sure it was like a kettle.
Alex?
It was like a kettle sour.
No.
So you've got you don't have wild yeast in there, but you have active yeast. They're a little more active than the other yeasts.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like this oatmeal's almost sucking the flavor out of my tongue.
Oh yeah,
it's like stringent almost.
It was a kettle sour with
sour.
cherries and edge of the label sakura.
No, seems like a lot going on in there. It's hard to tell. I mean, I'm sure they figured it out.
Well, it was one of the My Turn series where somebody from the brewery, and it's a neat series that they have going on there.
Oh yeah,
someone from the brewery gets to brew whatever they want. Basically, they talk to the brewers and go, I want to make maple pancake beer or whatever. And so, but that list too, that if you haven't seen the episode that we did with Lakefront, we talk a little bit about it in there. But we got to talking to some of the people there that had participated in the My Turn.
Yeah.
And apparently it's like getting season tickets to the Green Bay Packers. You need to sign up now, and maybe you're the third generation will finally get to make a beer. So,
dreams, man.
Yeah, you got to. It's a good way to keep people employed.
No, yeah.
I got to stay at least 5 more years so I can make my own beer.
So, wrapping up these guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that the Imperial Oatmeal Stout as a style is not a bad one, but it also leaves something to be desired.
I think that's often why you see it barrel aged.
I feel like
when you drink it without a barrel aging,
or you throw like some like some milk lactose in there or something like that. Throw some chocolate in there.
Like an Imperial milk stout.
Imperial oatmeal milk stout, Imperial chocolate milk stout.
But I think we've started seeing more and more barrel aging because I think that's how they get more flavor out of it. It's not necessarily for the booze. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's just to get a little more flavor.
Because both of these are just great base beers for something. They're
done absolutely well.
They're begging for something. This guy, on the other hand,
and maybe we've been
plenty.
and maybe we've been spoiled.
Yeah. Ironically, this one and these two are very different. This one had like very little beer flavor, a ton of other stuff. Where these guys were just like very basic. Fun flight. Better than doing the.
But to tell you the honest truth, those two beers come from 2 states where they're not used to a lot of flavor anyway.
No, you're 100% correct.
So they're probably another 5 years behind where this state is, and so they're just ramping up to get to some of the other.
Eventually, they're going to start putting jalapenos in these beers.
Let's hope it never gets to that. I would appreciate never doing another jalapeno beer episode.
I drank that whole cup.
Good job.
Like a boss. I just wanted to know that.
That was a cooking beer that we drank. Anyway, if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, you should do that now and then tell a friend and family about that. And then you should check us out on Instagram and Facebook and, if you so dare, Twitter. Anyway, from all of us at Taproom Travelers, we'll have more beer next week. Mm-hmm. And until then, Prost.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, you can click down below where there's some more episodes for you to watch. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on episodes that you do watch. We hope to see you next time.